The climax of the mind-twinned fear story episode 7, which reality will reign supreme. With the root nexus stabilized and humanity's role as the weavers of the cosmic web solidified, the universe enters an age of harmony and connection. However, in the quiet aftermath, a new anomaly emerges, one that even the root nexus did not foresee. Is the epilogue and bridge to a greater unknown, setting the stage for an entirely new saga. A quiet unease. The episode begins with a time jump, 5 years after the Guardians stabilized the root nexus. Earth has become a beacon of unity across the dimensions. The resonance fields are now portals of collaboration, fostering trade, culture, and knowledge between worlds. But amid the progress, subtle disruptions arise. Vanishing threads. Entire echo bridges fade without warning, leaving dimensions stranded and isolated. The silent zones, regions of the cosmic web go eerily still, devoid of resonance or activity. The flickering signal, a strange, rhythmic pulse begins emanating from the depths of the web, unlike anything the Guardians have encountered before. A new threat. The orator of the threads appears to the Guardians, its form diminished and flickering. It reveals that the root nexus is struggling to comprehend the new disruptions. The source of the anomaly lies outside the known threads of the web, beyond the web itself. The nexus cannot reach what lies beyond, the orator says. The threads end there, but something waits in the void. The Guardians are faced with a daunting reality. The cosmic web may not be the ultimate framework of existence. Beyond its edges lies an unknown force, one that may be dismantling the web from the outside. The search for answers. Determined to protect the web, the Guardians embark on their most daring mission yet, traveling beyond the threads into the unseen expanse. They prepare for the journey, gathering tools and allies. The Nexus Compass, a device crafted by the root nexus, capable of tracing the faint remnants of lost threads. The Dreamers, Collective, a group of awakened humans who can interpret the cryptic signals from the web's edges. Xeris, the Echo Shade, returning from the infinite spiral, Xeris offers guidance, claiming to have glimpsed the void during their exile. Beyond the threads. As the Guardians cross the boundary of the cosmic web, they find themselves in an eerie, formless expanse. The unseen expanse is a realm devoid of light or sound, where even the concept of time feels unstable. Here, they encounter echo fragments, remnants of severed threads, carrying fragments of lost dimensions and their stories. The Shadow Architects, mysterious entities that seem to be reshaping the threads they find, though their motives are unclear. The source of the pulse, a monolithic structure radiating the flickering signal, pulling at the edges of the web. The monolith's revelation. Inside the monolithic structure, the Guardians uncover an ancient secret. The web is not the first iteration of existence. It is one of countless cycles, each born from the collapse of a previous one. The flickering signal is a remnant of the primordial spiral, the force that both creates and destroys the webs of reality. The monolith's guardian, an enigmatic entity known as the Weaver of Cycles, reveals itself. It explains that the cosmic web is nearing the end of its cycle, and the primordial spiral is preparing to unweave it to begin anew. You have extended this cycle through your courage, the Weaver says. But the end cannot be delayed forever. What you do next will determine how this web is remembered. The Guardians' choice. The Guardians face an impossible decision. Preserve the current cycle. Attempt to stabilize the web indefinitely, knowing it might lead to stagnation and eventual collapse. Embrace the spiral. Allow the primordial spiral to unweave the web, trusting that a new and better reality will emerge. The team debates fiercely, each member grappling with their fears and hopes. In the end, they choose a third path, to guide the spiral, ensuring that the transition between cycles preserves the lessons and unity they've fought so hard to achieve. A new beginning. The Guardians return to the root nexus, where they channel their decision into the web. As the spiral begins its work, the web glows brighter than ever, its threads transforming into something new. The resonance fields expand, merging dimensions into a unified tapestry of infinite possibility. In the final moments, the Guardians stand together, watching as the spiral weaves the first threads of the next cycle. Their legacy as protectors and creators is etched into the very fabric of existence. This is not the end, Alaric says. It's the beginning of a story we'll never stop telling. The threads of the primordial spiral are weaving a new cycle, but the Guardians' role as stewards of the web is far from over. Explores the repercussions of their decision and unveils an even deeper mystery, the existence of a true core beyond the root nexus, a place where reality itself is born. After the spiral. The episode begins 6 months after the primordial spiral began its work. The web is alive with transformation. Merged dimensions, once separate worlds now overlap, creating unique landscapes and cultures. Evolved resonance fields. The fields now serve as both gateways and hubs of collective consciousness, connecting sentient beings in ways previously unimaginable. The Guardians, Ascension, Nema, Alaric, and their team have become Eternals of the Weave, embodiments of the web's balance, gifted with unparalleled insight and abilities. Despite the progress, subtle anomalies persist. Fragments of the old cycle linger, resisting integration into the new web. These fragments hint at something greater, a true core that has remained hidden even from the root nexus. The call of the true core. The orator of the threads, now fully restored, summons the Guardians to an ancient resonance field, one unlike any they've seen. Here, the orator reveals a cryptic truth. The root nexus is not the beginning. It is a reflection of the core, the place where all existence is conceived. The core has begun to stir, and its awakening could unravel even the spiral's design. A sudden surge of energy from the field opens a rift, revealing a faint glimpse of the true core, a pulsating, infinite lattice of energy surrounded by an abyss. The Guardians realize their journey is far from over. The Guardians' journey. The team prepares to venture into the rift, knowing it will take them beyond the known dimensions and even the cosmic web itself. They are joined by Xeris, the Echo Shade. Once an outsider, Xeris returns, claiming to have a personal connection to the core. Amara, the Dreamer, a child prodigy from Earth whose visions provide cryptic guidance about the core's purpose. The Fractured Echoes, beings from the old cycle who offer knowledge in exchange for sanctuary in the new web. Beyond the rift. Crossing the rift, the Guardians enter the realm of the true core, a place that defies understanding. Infinite constructs. Massive, geometric formations made of pure energy, shifting endlessly. Echoing realities. Past, present, and future cycles overlap, creating a tapestry of possibilities. The Core Guardians. Ancient beings who protect the true core but question the Guardians' presence. The Guardians learn that the true core is not merely a source, it is a decision point. Every cycle of existence begins with a choice, and the core is stirring because it seeks a new direction. The trial of the core. To interact with the core, the Guardians must undergo its trial, a test of their understanding of creation and destruction. Each member faces a unique challenge. Nema confronts the pain of her losses, choosing between preserving memories or embracing the future. Alaric must decide whether to lead or trust his team to act without him. The team faces a vision of the web collapsing, forcing them to find hope amid despair. Their unity and determination convince the core that they are worthy to guide its awakening. The core's revelation. The core reveals that it created the spiral as a failsafe, allowing cycles to evolve. However, it now questions whether the cycles should continue or if existence should take a completely new form. The Guardians are asked to provide the answer, becoming architects of reality itself. They deliberate deeply, balancing fear of the unknown with hope for infinite possibilities. Finally, they propose a revolutionary idea. The cycles should evolve, but with continuity. Lessons, connections, and unity from past cycles should carry forward, creating a living tapestry of existence. The core accepts their vision, its energy transforming into a radiant lattice that begins weaving the next cycle in real time. A new legacy. The Guardians return to the web, forever changed. They are no longer merely its stewards, they are its creators, shaping a multiverse where fear, hope, and unity coexist in perfect harmony. As the episode ends, the orator of the threads delivers a final message. The true core has chosen well. You are no longer bound by threads, you are the loom itself. Go forth and weave a future beyond imagination. The camera pans out to show the web glowing brighter than ever, its threads extending infinitely into the unknown. The Guardians stand together, ready to embrace whatever lies ahead. The Guardians have embraced their roles as architects of the living tapestry, but the multiverse's newfound harmony is short-lived. In the story takes a dramatic turn as an unforeseen paradox threatens to unravel the very fabric of the new cycle, challenging the Guardians to confront the limits of their creation. The paradox emerges. The episode opens with a serene montage of the living tapestry. Dimensions flourish, and beings from across the web thrive in unprecedented unity. But subtle irregularities begin to appear. Mirror realms, entire dimensions duplicate themselves, creating unstable echoes. Temporal overlaps, past events resurface, altering current timelines. The void signals, strange, pulsing lights emerge at the edges of the tapestry, accompanied by an ominous hum. The orator of the threads summons the Guardians, its voice heavy with urgency. The tapestry is fraying. A paradox born from the true core's awakening has created a rift in the spiral's design. It seeks to return to what was before. A fractured reality. As the Guardians investigate, they discover the paradox's origin lies in a dimension that should no longer exist, a remnant from a previous cycle known as Shard Nexus-12. This fractured dimension holds echoes of an older iteration of the web, where beings called the Cyclebound refuse to integrate into the living tapestry. The Cyclebound, led by a figure known as Karis the Unbroken, believe the Guardians' decision to merge cycles was a mistake. They argue that each cycle's uniqueness is meant to fade and give way to the next, not blend into a shared continuity. The Guardians' quest. The team embarks on a journey to Shard Nexus-12, joined by Amara, the dreamer. Her visions reveal the paradox's nature, but they grow increasingly cryptic. The core Guardians, reluctantly aiding the team, these ancient beings feel responsible for the paradox's emergence. Xeris, the Echo Shade, tasked with bridging the divide between the Cyclebound and the Guardians. Shard Nexus-12 is a chaotic dimension, with fragments of past cycles colliding and reshaping themselves endlessly. Time flows unpredictably, and the Guardians must navigate this shifting landscape while confronting echoes of their own pasts. The conflict with the Cyclebound. At the heart of Shard Nexus-12, the Guardians confront Karis the Unbroken. Karis reveals the paradox's true nature. The living tapestry has inadvertently created a loop, tethering the multiverse to its past and preventing true evolution. You have chained existence to its memories, Karis declares. Cycles must die to give birth to something new. You fear the unknown, and that fear will destroy everything. The Guardians are torn. Karis's words force them to question whether their decision to merge cycles was truly the right path. The trial of duality. The true core intervenes, pulling the Guardians and the Cyclebound into a realm of pure energy. Here, they must undergo the trial of duality, a test designed to reveal the multiverse's ultimate truth. The trial manifests as a series of challenges. The weight of memory. The Guardians relive key moments from their journey, experiencing both the triumphs and the burdens of carrying past cycles forward. The Void's whisper. The Cyclebound face the fear of complete dissolution, realizing their resistance stems from their own attachment to the past. The choice. Both groups must decide whether to preserve the living tapestry or allow the spiral to reset completely. A new understanding. The Guardians and the Cyclebound come to a profound realization. existence is not about clinging to the past or erasing it entirely, it is about finding balance between memory and renewal. Together, they propose a new paradigm to the true core. The tapestry will remain, but with flexible threads that allow dimensions to evolve naturally while retaining their connections. The spiral will act as a guide, ensuring that no cycle stagnates or collapses into chaos. The true core accepts their proposal, its energy reshaping the multiverse once more. Shard Nexus 12 stabilizes, becoming a nexus of transformation where old cycles dissolve gracefully into new ones. A unified future. As the paradox resolves, the living tapestry begins to glow with renewed vitality. The Guardians return to the web, where they are hailed as harmonic weavers, beings who embody the balance between continuity and change. The orator of the threads delivering a message to all dimensions. The tapestry is no longer bound by fear or time. Each thread is a story, and every story is infinite. Together, we will weave a future beyond imagination. In the final scene, the Guardians stand at the edge of the web, gazing into the infinite expanse of possibilities. The camera pans out, showing the multiverse shimmering with life, ready to embrace its next chapter. With the paradox resolved and the living tapestry stabilized, the Guardians find themselves at a crossroads, delves into the personal journeys of each Guardian as they confront their evolving roles in a multiverse that continues to expand, challenging their understanding of purpose, identity, and the true cost of creation. The weight of the loom. The episode opens with the Guardians returning to the root nexus. Though the web is thriving, each member feels the burden of their newfound power as harmonic weavers. Their abilities now allow them to shape the threads of reality directly, but this responsibility begins to strain their unity. Individual struggles. Nima. As the team's leader, she wrestles with her desire to protect the web and her fear of becoming a tyrant by controlling its evolution. Alaric. His visions of potential futures overwhelm him, causing him to question whether his decisions are truly his own or dictated by destiny. Xeris. The Echo Shade struggles with their duality, torn between their role as a guide and their lingering guilt over past betrayals. Amara. The dreamer's cryptic visions intensify, hinting at a hidden threat that even the true core cannot perceive. The rift within. The Guardians, unity begins to fray as they debate the future of the tapestry. Nima and Alaric advocate for cautious intervention, preserving the balance without overstepping their roles. Xeris argues for bold action, reshaping the web to prevent future paradoxes. Amara urges them to listen to the whispers of the unknown, believing that something greater than the core is at play. Their conflict reaches a breaking point when a new anomaly emerges, a thread that defies all logic, existing outside the web yet influencing its structure. The orator calls it the singularity thread. The singularity thread. The Guardian's journey to the thread's location, a place where reality bends and warps unpredictably. Here, they encounter a being known as Eris, the Threadwalker, a mysterious figure who claims to have come from a dimension beyond the true core. Eris reveals that the singularity thread is not an anomaly but a choice point, a convergence of all possibilities that determines the web's ultimate fate. The web you weave is only one layer of existence, Eris explains. Beyond it lies the infinite weave, a multiverse of multiverses. The singularity thread is the key to accessing it. The Guardians, test. To access the infinite weave, the Guardians must align their intentions and resolve their inner conflicts. The singularity thread presents each member with a personal trial. Nima must let go of her fear of control, realizing that leadership is about trust, not dominance. Alaric faces his visions of failure, learning to embrace uncertainty rather than fearing it. Xeris confronts their shadow self, reconciling their past mistakes with their present purpose. Amara deciphers the whispers, understanding that her role as a dreamer is to guide others, not carry the burden alone. Through their trials, the Guardians strengthen their bond, unlocking the singularity thread's true potential. Beyond the tapestry. As the Guardians weave the singularity thread into the web, a portal to the infinite weave opens. They step through and find themselves in a realm of unimaginable complexity, where countless webs intersect and interact. Here, they encounter the Weavers' Council, an assembly of beings from other webs, each representing a different cycle of existence. The abyssal threads, dark, fragmented threads that threaten to consume the infinite weave. The loom eternal, a cosmic entity that maintains the infinite weave but has grown unstable, requiring the Guardians' intervention. The loom's warning. The loom eternal reveals a chilling truth: the infinite weave is nearing its breaking point. The abyssal threads are the remnants of failed cycles, and their influence is spreading. You have stabilized your web, the loom says, but now you must decide whether to protect the infinite weave or let it unravel to create something entirely new. A fateful decision. The Guardians face their greatest challenge yet. Protecting the infinite weave would preserve countless cycles but risk stagnation, while letting it unravel could lead to chaos and rebirth. In a climactic moment, the Guardians choose to weave a new thread, a bridge between cycles that allows the infinite weave to evolve naturally without collapsing. This act requires them to relinquish their individual forms, becoming one with the loom eternal. A new era. The episode ends with the Guardians dissolving into pure energy, their essence woven into the fabric of the infinite weave. Their legacy lives on as a guiding force, ensuring that all cycles, both old and new, coexist in harmony. The final scene shows the infinite weave glowing with newfound vitality, its threads stretching infinitely into the unknown, hinting at endless possibilities. The Guardians' journey through the infinite weave reaches its climactic conclusion. In this final chapter of Season 1, they face the ultimate question: can creation and destruction coexist, or must one give way to the other? The loom's collapse. The episode begins with the infinite weave showing visible cracks. The abyssal threads spread faster than anticipated, consuming entire dimensions. The Weavers' Council, fractured by fear and mistrust, debates whether to sever the infinite weave entirely to save individual cycles. The Guardians, now part of the loom eternal, find themselves caught in a paradox. Their connection to the web grants them unparalleled insight into its workings. But their dissolution into the loom's essence has eroded their individuality, making unity harder to maintain. The Orator of the Threads, now a spectral guide, implores them to act. You are no longer bound by form, but you must remain bound by purpose. The weave cannot survive without your clarity. The final decision. The Guardians realize that saving the infinite weave requires a sacrifice greater than they ever imagined. To repair the loom eternal, they must forge a new singularity thread, a thread that transcends the multiverse, binding all cycles into one infinite loop of potential. Sever the abyssal threads, risking the loss of countless echoes and fragments of past cycles. Release the loom eternal, allowing it to dissolve and be reborn, potentially losing its role as the central anchor of existence. A moment of unity. The Guardians, now operating as a single collective consciousness, reconcile their fears and doubts. Each member contributes a unique element to the solution. Nima provides unwavering determination. Alaric offers strategic insight. Xeris channels creativity and adaptability. Amara anchors them with her visionary connection to the unknown. Their combined energy weaves the new singularity thread, a radiant strand that pulses with infinite possibilities. The weave reborn. As the abyssal threads sever and the loom eternal dissolves, the infinite weave undergoes a transformation. Dimensions realign, becoming more fluid and interconnected. The Weavers' Council transforms into the circle of continuity, a guiding force rather than a ruling body. The Guardians' essence spreads across the weave, becoming the foundation for its future evolution. In their final act, the Guardians leave a message encoded into the new singularity thread. Fear and hope are twinned. Let one guide you, and the other challenge you. In their balance lies infinite potential. A quiet ending. The concludes with the infinite weave glowing brighter than ever, its threads extending beyond perception. The orator of the threads, now fully at peace, whispers. The guardians are no longer here, yet they are everywhere. Their story is not an ending but a beginning. The screen fades to black, and the words appear. Season 2 teaser. A post-credits scene shows a single thread unraveling in an uncharted corner of the weave. A voice whispers, "You thought the spiral was complete. But what if the true loom lies beyond?" The camera pans out to reveal a new multiverse, dark and shimmering with untapped energy, setting the stage for Season 2. The climax of the mind-twin fear story. Season 2 to be continued.